All right, Dzień dobry wam wszystkim. Today we're gonna finish. Well, it's pretty much done. It'll be a tour of what has happened here. So, cleaned up the case nicely. The power LED now works. It was a simple matter of getting a 420K resistor, putting it in line with a 5-volt source, and it's gonna. This guys, that's the boot disc. Repurpose that. 0 bad sectors. The only thing that might need some attention here is there's a sticker here and here, and there's a bit of goop. I don't know. It's like in the cracks. I think you just gotta let it soak in Goo Gone. I let it soak for a bit, and it's not coming out completely. So easy enough. You just pop this out. In fact, I might, when I ship it, I might just leave it out of the box, and the next owner can clean it up himself better, I guess, and then you just pop it in without needing to, unscrew the case. So I think we'll do that. I'm just going to remove that for now and make sure to include that, or else I'm shipping a faceplate to California. Okay, so let's review what's been done inside. So 40 meg hard drive. I'm going to be very, very sad to see that go. That was my personal drive, but I have stacks of hard drives around here, so I know where to get another 40 meg hard drive, maybe even 2 or 3, so not a big deal. I might even just get like an 80 or a 120, because I want my system to be error correct as well, which is also a 386 SX60, one of them anyways. So yeah, so we have an ATI, actually I believe this is a Trident. It'll tell us when it boots up, but anyways, it was a 256K card. It's been upgraded to 512 via 4164 chips. The only other card in here is a multi-IO card. And that's it. 2 megs of RAM. The CMOS battery is of the cartridge type. It's one of these that I have lying around. I did a general cleanup, and oh yeah, I got to get on that. Anyways, it's one of these guys. I've shown this on the channel a few times. Put a battery in there. Hit the on switch. There you go. It's a rechargeable CR2302. The only drawback is if you don't use the computer for a long time, it loses its charge 3 to 6 months. So you got to keep them going. Yeah, anyways, DTK BIOS motherboard, 16 megahertz, nothing fancy, 42 meg hard drive, 1.44 floppy, 1.2 meg floppy, 200 watt power supply, Charisma power supply. Okay. What do we have? 200 watts. Okay, so yeah, nothing crazy here. So I guess we can close it up. Cleaned up the case cover a little bit too. There was some weird. It was one of those document holder things that stuck out of the side, and the residue went all down here. And like the faceplate, it's in there. Like you gotta, I don't know what kind of solvent you need. I was gonna use brake fluid, but then I remember brake fluid will take the paint off. So no thanks. So this should just slide into the rails here. It's a bit tricky, but there we go. Okay. Now let's put it face down on this mouse pad. Don't damage anything. And yeah, so this is a bit tricky because you got to get those in there. Okay, cool. Another nice thing is this has all the standoffs on it, so this is a pretty nice case actually. It's error correct to, I guess, the SX times. I don't remember what kind of screws go in here, so we'll start with whatever I have lying around, basically. And at this point, we can also have a better look at the type of connectors that are out back. So we have a dual head. Oh, I forgot to mention. It's a dual head EGA VGA video card, which is cool and error correct. And I think I actually tested this card with my multi-sync, so I do believe the EGA output does actually work. I think you can even put this in CGA mode, which is interesting in a way, I suppose. And yeah, let's put these ones in. So we'll see if I can make them all the same. Do I have all the same screws? Ones that are similar. I can get to them. I did not have a blank plate for that. And it was the multi-IO already had that COM integrated into it. So I kind of just left it the way it is. Sworn I had some somewhere, but yeah, couldn't find it. Do I have a screw that'll fit there? Yeah, this one. No. Ah, here we go. Okay. These are all fairly similar. At least they're round-headed, so that's good. Only 4 screws necessary for this one, right? So, yeah, so EGA, CGA, EGA, VGA, DB25, game port, DB9, printer port. And I have loopback testers, which I use with Check It. It actually says Check It on them to, well, check it. Okay, plug it in. We're going to use the hardware that's going to be given. So this is Keytronic XT80. I guess it's an auto XT. Oh no, there is a switch there. Or rather, there's a place for a switch. So it could be an auto sensing. They exist. I've had a few. I'm going to plug that in to the back. And give it some video, some power, and give it some mouse. And the mouse is tangled up in my desk because why not? That is how we do. Perfect. Standard serial mouse. It actually just says serial mouse. Oh, a Mitsumi. Okay, it tracks pretty good. It's not a gaming mouse, but there's no hiccups or whatever. The ball's clean. Yeah, the rollers are nice and clean. I believe I cleaned this one pretty thoroughly. So, okay. I'm going to pan the camera over to the video. That's a normal sound. We've established that already. All right, so there's your 640K, 384 extended, and 1 meg of extended in shadow RAM. So right off the bat, starting MS-DOS, I did put the mem maker on it, and version 6.0 as requested. Memory C. Oops, let's do that again with more. Get a better angle on that. That's probably good. Just so I can stick the screwdriver under here. Yeah, okay. Save. Alright, so everything is in, the only thing that's in conventional is DOS itself, HiMem, the MM386, and the command.com. Everything else is in upper, and there is some memory that is free. So conventional, only 21K is used, upper 37K is used out of 187K. So there's a lot of upper memory left. And extended memory, it looks like all of it is used. I guess that's where all the other drivers go. But we have a very high 619K available, a total memory of 773K. Total under 1 meg is 780K. I mean, you can't address all that at once, but it's plenty enough for what we're doing here. So there's 17 megs free on this drive. WordPerfect 5.1. Okay, I don't know how to get out of this program. So I'm going to guess or just hit the reset button, right? No. Okay, time to back up. Okay, so I really don't know. I think it's F10. No, document to be saved. Test. C:\test. Okay, we're going to have to get rid of that. How do I get out of here? F12? F11? F9? F8? F7? Save document, no. Exit WordPerfect, yes. Okay, I haven't been able to do that in a while. Let's see if my test document is in the... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so... let's make also sure that the time and date is set correctly. Time is not 2:08 p.m. It is 10... we'll do military time, or European time, whatever. 35, 36, 37. 37, whatever. Yeah, about 35 seconds. 0.88. What is the date? It is showing it is the 8th, and what actually is the date? It is the 13th. It's not too bad. So this hasn't ran in a long time, so there's a bit of drift, which is, I guess, normal. The battery is a 3.6, which is exactly what the Barrow battery called for at the time. So time and data setup. Let's do a Windows tour. So the drivers in here are loaded to take advantage of VGA. There's no sound, so you don't hear the or whatever it does. I'm willing to bet it's running in standard mode. Yeah, because there's not enough memory. I wonder if I could set up. Can I set up virtual memory within standard mode? I think I can. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? Driver sound, desktop. Is it in desktop? I can't remember. No, it's 386 enhanced. Okay, so we don't have that. So whatever it is, whatever it is. So yeah, nothing crazy here. File manager is file manager. Okay, so the only other things on here are check it. I left hardware info on here, which I'm going to delete because I'll leave it. It won't work because EMS memory, but it's a pretty thorough diagnostic. You know what? I'm going to see if I can reboot. We can test the boot disk. But other than that, there's nothing on here. There's no games directory, and I took all my SCSI stuff off of it. Check it. This will do a very basic diagnostic. I'm going to put this here so I don't forget to include that. So I ran the memory test for like hours on it. Everything was fine. Configuration. So base memory 640K, extended memory 1024K, no EMS driver installed. Video RAM size 256 512. It's actually 512. Storage is 43 megs. 1 LPT, 2 comms, 1 joystick, 2 button mouse. And the BIOS date is January 17th, 1990. It's just a bit newer than my own 386 by like, I don't know, a month and a half. So let's reboot. Let me see what's on the floppy drive first, though. I know it's a boot disk, but what kind of boot disk is it? Nothing. No auto exec. Good. You know what? Then let's do it that way. TVGA BIOS. Oh, it's a Trident video card. Okay. So yeah. So it's one of the early ones. Obviously 256K. I always assumed the split head ones were ATI. We're booting off the drive. We're gonna not change the time. I could have just done it there. Okay. CD hardware info. And let's see if it likes it. It doesn't always like old computers, or it takes forever. So while it's loading, I'm gonna clean up my screws. I've taken apart so many computers here. Just piles upon piles of crap. This guitar pick away. Let's try it. Oh, I know what that is. I need that. Put it with the hard drives. Ah, it's doing stuff. Mainboard info. Let's see what it can give us. Cannot continue, fatal error. Oh, because resetting CPU. Yeah, okay. Let's try one more time. Except we won't go to mainboard info this time. I've noticed that with older machines, hardware info is kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to play ball with you. I once got it working on a 286, which was interesting. A couple extra resistors. So that's good. Those are the ones I used. Or, never mind that now. Computer started. motherboard info this time. It's video info. Ah! Oh, okay, no. I thought it was going to give me the finger. Trident unknown. Oh, it's doing stuff. 256K. That's wrong. It's definitely 512. Wow, this is slow. Okay, doesn't tell me much about it. Drive info. Okay, let's have a look at the hard drive. My poor hard drive. Well, it's going to a good home. But still, it's the only one I had lying around. Except for that one over there, which does not spin up. And there's also, if you're wondering why it looks so weird, there's like one of these little, this is a pen, this is a hard drive, and these weird little things lying around. It's garbage. I'm just gonna put it in my collection. Not enough memory! Okay, well, yeah. So it's kind of, oh, at least it didn't kick me out completely. We can't really do too much else on this, right? We can do a check disk. That doesn't know the path. CD DOS. Check disk. 0 bad sectors. 42.49 megs. Windows, we can at least do MSD. It's an older version. Okay. Oh yeah, no mouse because the mouse isn't hooked up. DTK 8386. Memory statuses are there. DOS 6.0 serial mouse game adapter. Good to know that works. And I guess, do we have Windows? No, network hierarchy. Oh, this is a really old version of MSD, so we won't even tell you what Windows version it has. Okay, it's a very basic system. Anyways, it is complete. And I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to say, Dobranoc, widzom. That is all for now.